Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good? Welcome to another episode of Live Wire Sports Media, and this is your Tuesday Takeover edition. So, with the Indiana Fever going through training camp from day one to now to day three, um, there's been pretty much a lot of different things that they have shown in training camp from day one to now. And then if you saw it from day one, how they was running sets, running drills. Day two, they was able to implement a little bit more. They worked on some shot clocks, violations. They worked on some free throws. They also worked on last second shots. Now today, there was a couple of clips showing that they was working on new techniques in the game. Now I know a lot of people out there reporting on Caitlin Clark being off ball more. that's that's kind of like a redundant topic. You know what I'm saying? We already know that she's going to be off ball more. There's nothing really to report on that to be like saying, oh, it's off ball. You know, she's going to be off ball more. We already know that. Stephanie White already alluded to that. She already know why. Because of the offense they're running a motion offense. So if a lot of people don't understand what a motion offense is, go back to my archives and my video. I did a comparison react and read offense to the motion. They're both the same, but they all both is different too. And the Fever pretty much is going to implement both of them in there. You know, you're gonna see a little bit of each in there. Excuse me, but nevertheless, yesterday you got to see Sophie Cunningham ran point a little bit. Day one, there was a glimpse of Jalen Brown running point a little bit too. But yesterday you got to see Sophie Cunningham run point and run direction and stuff like that. And see, the thing about it, the more people that you could get to handle the ball, to handle the point, it helps Caitlin Clark save her energy a lot more. That's the main thing that this her being off ball more is to one to be a diversion. Two, to get breaks in between when you don't really have to take out a game to sit her for like 4 or 5 minutes or whatever the case might be. You able to, because last year when we watched how the Indiana Fever was playing, there was nobody could give Caitlin a break. They would go up a big lead, and as soon as Christy Size subs somebody in, Erica Wheeler or Christy Size, the league started evaporating within the blink of an eye. With this team, you're not gonna have that because if Caitlin do go out, you got multiple people that can run the point. They can run the offense, and that's what you want. You want people to continue to keep the flow of the game going. So when Caitlin come back, she could put her feet on the gas and take us home. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing about it. So like I just think that saying the same thing over and over again about her being off ball is just a redundant topic. It don't need to be hammer home about it anymore. So I just feel like at the end of the day, you know, we know what it is. We know what it is. We know what Stephanie White is doing. But it was great to see that yesterday also. Now today they was running different tactics. You saw a little bit of Kelsey Mitchell running the point a little bit, directing traffic or whatever the case might be. And then you had interview, and then they leaded to interviews with Sophie Cunningham and then Michaela Tipson. So, like I said, the Fever hasn't. I think tomorrow might be what's tomorrow, Wednesday. Let me see. I think tomorrow, Thursday, might be the last day of training camp because they have a game on Sunday, I believe. So I don't think they. I think training camp probably gonna wrap up either Thursday. It could wrap up on Friday. Who knows? But nevertheless, I'm still gonna bring y'all footage of all. See what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's go ahead into the footage. Oh, before I do that, I just want to let y'all know that whatever I've been compiling clips together to run one big footage, so I don't have to like continuously switch back and forth. So I wanted to run and then to give a better dialogue in the description to you. Check it out.
It's been easy because you have really, really great people here that want to be a part of something special. And so they're not only phenomenal athletes, but they're phenomenal people. They're out in the community. They do what's right. I don't know. We're just good stewards. And so when you're around those types of people, it's refreshing.
What's it like to, I guess, hello, Caitlin, you play with a point guard like DT who can get you the ball anywhere, and does that kind of help you with the learning curve a little bit?
Yeah, I think anytime you play with the GOAT of our team, or the GOAT of our game, you're going to learn a lot. You have to be ready for the ball, head on a swivel at all times, and the way that she throws the ball is a lot how DT threw it. I think this is just the younger version of her, so she has a little bit more energy, a little bit more spunk. I miss DT in her prime, but it doesn't mean she wasn't great when I played with her. But honestly, at the end of the day, everybody can shoot, right? If you're cutting and you're open, you're going to get the ball, and so you just have to be ready for that. And I'm excited for that. And I think you'll see 1 through 5 is interchangeable. And so you'll see the 5 bring the ball down. So it's going to be a little different for other teams to play defense against us as well.
Any clue that Fever would call your number or anything like that?
Well, I really didn't know, man. I didn't even speak with them like the week before. Coaches would call you, but I'm just so glad to be here. Grateful for Stephanie. I mean, she been at some of my games, like doing the radio and the commentating. And just she came to talk to me one day at our practice. So a lot of insight from her. I'm grateful to be on the team and just a whole bunch of joy during draft night, being with the people that I love. And that was just an amazing experience that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life.
Now, you got to listen and see some of that. So I'm going to go back over the first clip. The first clip was with Stephanie White. Stephanie White is like a drill sergeant. You could hear her demanding, her demands, how she wants this team to be constructed. It is really, really, really fitting to see and great to hear that, because she was showing the action that she wanted. She was showing them the play that she wanted. She wanted, if a defender has DB cornered, blocked in, DB needs to be able to slide out, you know, and everything. Now, Sidney Colston was running the point on that play. The one thing I didn't like was Sidney Colston threw a lazy pass and it got deflected. Now, they was able to recover it and turn it into points for to kick it back out to the baseline for Dewana to hit. But the thing about it is, if that was a live action game, that could have been a turnover. Sydney has to make sure that pass is crisp going in. You can't just throw it and it getting deflected, because it could be a turnover and it could be an opposition for a fast break point going the other way. So that's something I had noticed right there. And then on the second video, Kelsey was running a point. Now, Kelsey still has this bad habit. She does still have this bad habit are dribbling a little too much. And the one actually when she curled around and she was just dribbling, and we've seen it so many times in the beginning of the season last year. She just dribbles. She needs to have a head up dribbling. You know what I'm saying? When she dribbles, she needs to be looking to get the pass or the ball to the next person. It has to be fluent. You can't just dribble around and hope for somebody to come open. That's not going to work. You'll be falling in the same bad habits that you were falling into last year. So that's my take on that. Now, Sophie. Now, one thing about Sophie Cunningham, she keeps it real. Now, shout out to Adrian Ross when she her favorite word is said, "Keep it a buck." And the thing about it, Sophie Cunningham makes sure is that she doesn't sugarcoat, she doesn't glaze over a person. She keeps it real about the people. And a lot of people say, oh, well, they always try to put up pictures of Paige and DT. And I mean, they might have similarities, but I love how Sophie said that she said Caitlin has a lot of the DT in her, just a younger and a faster one. And that's great to hear because I think what Caitlin does, I don't think Diana could do what Caitlin does. Now, we never seen her assist a lot. She probably has some assists throughout her career, but not at a higher clip like Caitlin Clark. But you could tell that these players love being there with each other. You could tell that these players is so thankful for being there and understanding that, hey, this is something new for all of us. And they all playing for something. They all playing for each other. Even Michaela Tipson, she came in, she said, hey, I didn't expect it. I'm grateful. I'm learning from everyone. She talked about how Stephanie White came and talked to her at one of her practices and, called a couple of games. And that's when you could tell a coach already had an eye on, Stephanie White already had an eye on that girl. She already had an eye on her. Now, luckily, she felt us, what I'm saying? She felt us. So these are the things that I took away today just to balance out, what they did for day 3. And I think each day you could probably see a little bit more clips here and there. But as preseason approaches, they're gonna be trying to wrap up a lot of things. And there's a lot of things in practice they're not showing, they're putting out there. And they probably now day 1, we got a lot of clips all over the place. Day 2, just a minimum. Day 3, just a little bit more, just a little bit. Day 4, 5, whatever is pretty much not going to show that much and everything like that. So you let me know what you think about it. Leave a like, comments down below. Until the next episode, this is Live Wire Sports Media, and this is your Tuesday Takeover. So if you don't know, now you know. Let's go.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.